Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to yet another lecture, audio visual presentation. Welcome to Commerce World. This is Afrin Usama Chokle, your commerce teacher. Today we will be learning about international trade and import and export trade, which will include the procedures for import trade as well as for export trade. So let's begin. When trade activities are conducted between two or more countries, it is called as international trade. The political relations between two countries also influence the trade between them. International trade procedures is always complex, difficult and lengthy. Various factors like government, policies, economy, international market, international laws, currencies, etc. influence the trade activities. International trade boosts the national wealth. The consumer gets variety of goods and services due to international trade. What is import? The term import is derived from the conceptual meaning as to bring in the goods and services into the port of a country. The buyer of such goods and services is referred to as importer. Import trade basically refers to purchase of goods and services from the foreign country. The procedure for the import trade differ from country to country, depending upon the import policy, statutory requirements and custom policies of different countries. As you all know, importing something from the another country will require more and more documentation. In almost all the countries of the world, import trade is controlled by the government. The objectives of these controls are for the foreign exchange restrictions, protection of indigenous industries and etc. The controls laid by the government will always follow a ritual and a right from the country's department. Let us start with import procedures. Here is a chart for import procedure. It is further divided into 4 stages. First stage is a preliminary stage, which include registration and negotiation. The next one is pre-import stage, whereas quota certificate, foreign exchange clearance, order placement, letter of credit, CNF agents and shipment advice are included. The third stage is the real actual import stage, which include receipt of document, bill of entry, delivery order and the last one custom clearance. Next stage is post-import stage. Port trust due, custom duty, insurance premium, freight payment, exporters payment, follow-up are such included in the post-import stages. One by one we will know what are the stages included about. First one, preliminary stage, registration. The importer has to get himself registered with various authorities as follows. First is Director General Foreign Trade to obtain Import-Export Certificate number. The second step would be Income Tax Authority to obtain Permanent Account number PAN. And the next one, formalities regarding the GSTs. The second one is negotiation. The importer must hold negotiation with the overseas suppliers regarding the price of the goods, delivery schedule, credit period and terms and conditions regarding sale, payment and delivery. The next stage is the pre-import stage. The first one is the quota certificate. Certain items are subject to quota restrictions. The importers need to obtain import quota certificate from the government authorities. Moreover, each and every country has restricted some of the other articles so as to protect the indigenous industries. The next one, foreign exchange clearance. This includes in pre-import duties or pre-import stages. Foreign exchange clearance. The importer need to obtain foreign exchange clearance from the RBI. The importer such forward the application for the same through his bank. The next step is to order placement. After obtaining the foreign exchange clearance from the RBI, the importer places an order with the overseas suppliers. This order is called as indent. The importer negotiates the term and condition of the importer contract and places the order. After placing an order, the next step is to get letter of credit. The exporter normally requests for letter of credit. The letter of credit is known as LC. LC is an undertaking given by the importer's bank, guaranteeing the payment to the exporter on the behalf of the importer. The LC is the safest method of payment in the foreign transactions. Therefore, the importer has to obtain LC from his bank in the favor of the exporter. This document is very important in the foreign transactions. The next step is the clearing and forwarding agent, CNF agents. The importer has to appoint CNF agents to undertake various custom formalities and documentation in the respect of import of goods. As far as overseas is concerned, each and every supplier is not present at every time, so he appoints an CNF agent. And the last one is shipment advice. The shipment advice enables the importer to make necessary arrangement for the custom clearance and unloading of goods by the exporter. The next stage is import stage. The receipt of document. The importer receives the document sent by the exporter through his bank. The documents include our bill of lading, packing list, commercial invoices, certificate of origin, and the next certificate of inspection, etc. The next stage is to get the bill of entry. CNF agent prepare bill of entry which is required for custom clearance. The bill of entry gives detail about number of packages, quality of good, prices of good, etc. The next step is the delivery order. The CNF agent obtains delivery order from the shipping company. The shipping company gives the delivery order on payment of freight. Freight is nothing but an octroi or a charges paid to the another country. Delivery order helps to unload the goods from the vessel. And the next one is custom clearance. The purpose of custom clearance is to get the document certified from the custom authority. The document include bill of lading, bill of entry, and the packaging list. The last stage here is the next post-import stage. Post-import stage requires a certain restrictions as well as certain clearing and confirmation. First one is port trust dues. The CNF agent had to make payment of post trust due. Next is custom duty. The CNF agent has to make payment to the custom authority in respect of importing goods. Nextly, he has to pay the insurance premium. The importer has to make payment under FOB, free on board contract. The next is payment of freight. The importer has to make the payment of freight under the shipping contract. Exporter's payment. The importer has to make payment to the exporter as per the term of the contract. The exporters draw a bill of exchange for the payment. And the last one, follow up. The importer needs to take follow up in respect of import of goods. If there are any discrepancies, importer should inform the exporter. Hence, the procedure of import trade has been explained in detail. Let us learn about what are the advantages of import trade. Import trade reduces the dependency on the existing market. It exploits the international trade technology. It extends the sales potential of the existing products. import also maintain cost competitiveness in your domestic markets. Now let's learn about what is export trade. What is export? Export means the transferring of any goods from one country to another country in a legal way for the purpose of trade. Export goods are provided to the foreign consumers by the domestic producers. An export is a function of international trade whereby goods produced in one country are shipped to another country for future sale or trade. If used for trade, exports are exchanged for other products or services in other countries. To send the goods or services across the national borders for the purpose of selling or realizing the foreign exchange, it can be shipped, sent by email, or carried in a personal luggage on a plane. Let's learn about export procedures. Export procedures are divided into 4 stages: preliminary stage, pre-shipment stage, shipment stage, and last one, post-shipment stage. Export procedures. First one is preliminary stage. The first one is registration. The exporter has to get himself registered with the various authorities such as Director General of Foreign Trade to obtain Import-Export Certificate number. Next, Income Tax Authority to obtain Permanent Account number. And the next, other authorities like Export Promotion Council and GST Authority. The next one is appointment of agent. After registration, the exporter appoints agents or sales representative aboard to book orders. The exporter may also open a sales office in the foreign country. The next one is a pre-shipment stage. The first one, receipt of order. As soon as the order is received, the exporter must verify and confirm the order. The exporters check on restriction on import in the importer's country. The next one is letter of credit. The exporter requests importers to issue a letter of credit in his favor. The receipt of letter of credit from the importer's bank will clear the foreign exchange and other restrictions. The next one is pre-shipment finance. The exporter obtains pre-shipment finance from his bankers to meet the working capital requirements. Production of goods. The exporter has to produce goods as per the buyer need. If the exporter is not a manufacturer, then he will give the order goods to the local supplier. The next one is packaging. The goods must be properly packed because packaging plays an important role for protection of goods in transit, preservation of quality of good, promotion of goods. The next one is export credit and guarantee corporation. The exporter may obtain cover from ECGC. Such cover protects the exporter against credit risk. Example, if the importer fails to make the payment of bill, the exporter can be recovered from the ECGC to the extent of 90% of the loss. The next one is GST formalities, goods and service tax. The exporter needs to complete GST formalities regarding the export trade. The next important is marine insurance. The exporter has to obtain marine insurance under CIF, cost insurance and freight contract. He has to pay necessary insurance premium and obtain insurance policy. The next one is CNF agent. In export trade, CNF agents are known as custom house agent. These agents are responsible for forwarding the goods. The next stage include shipment stage. Processing of documents. Exporter prepares the shipping bill and gets all the document processed at the custom houses. The next one is the examination of goods. The CNF agents obtain a carting order from the PTA, Port Trust Authority, to the cart the goods inside the docks. The next one is loading of goods. After examining the goods, the custom examiner issues let export order. The CNF agents then obtain let ship order from the Preventive Officer (CPO). The goods are then loaded on ship, for which a mate receipt is obtained. The CNF agents approaches shipping companies and obtain a bill of lading. The next stage is the post-shipment stage. First one is the shipment advice. The exporter sends shipment advice to the importer, informing him about dispatch of goods. He also sends copy of packaging list, commercial invoices and non-negotiable copy of loading along with the advice letter. The next one is presentation of documents. The exporters submit all the necessary documents to the bank for the negotiation and realization of the export proceeds. The next one is the realization of export incentives. The exporters make an arrangement to obtain export incentive from the concerned authority. The incentive includes duty drawbacks, refund of GST if paid, etc. And the next one is the follow-up. Exporter should always have a follow-up on after export to find buyers' reactions towards the goods. Here we have studied about the export procedures. Now we will be learning about what are the advantages of export. Export is one of the way of increasing your sale potential, increasing sales and profit, reducing risk and balancing growth, sales excess production capacity, gain new knowledge and experiences. Here is a difference between import and export. Imports bring goods and services from one country to another. It fulfills the demand of the goods and services which are lacking and not available in the country. Import also have a negative impact. Whereas exports are selling of goods and services from domestic country to the other country. It creates more foreign income and global pressure on domestic products and services. Excessive export will have a positive impact. Here we have completed about what is import and export. Hope you like my video. Thanks for watching. Do like, subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you. Bye bye.